Women cause a lot of drama in dating and relationships. That's what a lot of guys out there like to believe and what they like to say. And sometimes this is true, that the woman causes drama for no reason. But also very often, more often than not, what happens is that the drama is caused by the guy reacting to certain situations, the guy doing certain things in the dating process that turn the woman off or that facilitates the drama. And those things, they are totally avoidable if you show up in dating correctly. And that's what we're going to talk about here today. We're going to talk about 7 things that men do in dating that cause the drama in dating and relationships. So that brings us to the first point, which is that drama in dating and relationships, it is very often caused by the guy being reactive to certain situations, not being able to pass her shit tests. And especially in red pill spaces, people, they popularize this idea that as soon as a woman gives you a shit test, that you need to demand her respect and that you need to teach her a lesson and that you need to be dominant. And none of that works. That just shows neediness, and it just shows that you're very reactive. It shows that it's very easy for her to impact you, and that comes off weak. Because the only thing that she has to do is basically give you a shit test, and then you will just flip out rather than just being relaxed and being cool and just passing that shit test and just not taking her seriously. You show that you take her very seriously. That is needy, that shows weakness, and that's why you cause more drama in a relationship or dating dynamic. And what you need to understand is that there are no women on this planet that do not play games, as guys like to believe online, that as soon as you meet the right gal that she will not play games with you. Women will always play games. They will play games before the first date. They will play games after 30 years of marriage. They will always play games because women need to test you. They need to see if you are a guy that is capable, that is competent, and that knows what he is doing. But the moment that she gives you a shit test, the moment that she starts playing those games with you and you're not able to pass those shit tests, then you just show that you're weak, you show that you're incompetent, and that's why you will turn her off. And that's why most men that believe in this, I need to meet the right gal and then she will not play games with me, then those men, they end up in dead bedrooms, they end up with dating lives that are total shit, and where they are not getting laid and where they become miserable as a result of it. The truth is that you can never react to a woman emotionally. The moment that she gives you a shit test, you need to pass it. And you need to also learn how to stay calm no matter what she's going to throw at you, no matter what she's going to say to you. Because she is just a woman, she cannot hurt you. The only thing that she can do is just talk and just blab nonsense. And you just become emotionally affected by it because you're very fragile mentally. And that's what you need to learn how to do. Always, no matter what a woman says, you just need to stay calm under it. Yeah, and you need to learn how to pass shit tests like a proper professional. Because if you do not learn how to do that, then your relationships and your dating life is going to suck. Because also when you learn how to pass those shit tests and when you learn how to be non-reactive, then you will get women to be very sweet with you. You will be in relationships and in dating dynamics where there is literally very little drama. Because you can have a relationship where there is very little drama if you are a guy that is competent. So that brings us to the second thing that men do that cause drama in dating and relationships, and that is discussing the relationship with her, or chasing her commitment, or asking for reassurance. All of that, it falls in the same category, basically. Because the moment you push for that relationship and you start to discuss the relationship, to negotiate what you want to get out of that relationship with her, it just shows that you're very needy. It shows that you are seeking her reassurance. You are putting all of your eggs in one basket, and you show that you are a guy that lives in scarcity. Because if you are not getting what you want out of a dating dynamic or out of a relationship, then you will just walk away. You're just not going to negotiate her desire as if you're a total buffoon. You would just walk away, and you would not fall for this nonsense. Oh, you love her and she's so important and she's not acting up, so you need to negotiate and go to counselors and that kind of nonsense that people do. No, you just find someone new. Because if a woman has high attraction and desire for you, then there is no need for you to negotiate and discuss the relationship and sit down with her and talk about how you will treat each other. None of that will be necessary if you know how to show up like a proper competent guy, and if you know how to be attractive, and if you know how to act in that relationship and in that dating dynamic. All of these things that men do that fall into the category of discussing the relationship, asking her to be your girlfriend, discussing the relationship and starting debates with her, negotiating her attraction and desire for you and what kind of treatment you want to get from her. All of it shows neediness. All of it makes you look like a thirsty beta male, and it makes you look like a guy that has been brainwashed by soap opera. And that's why your job is to be attractive. Your job is to filter for the right women. And your job is also to show up as a competent individual in your dating dynamic and in your relationships. That's why it's very important that you pass shit tests, that you learn how to play games with her. Because if you do not do that, then she will just lose attraction for you and she will look for a guy that is more of a challenge. So that brings us to the third thing that men do that cause relationship and dating drama, which is that you're being boring. Because what you guys need to understand is that women are emotional, they crave emotions. They crave positive emotions, negative emotions, any kind of emotions. And if you do not give it to her in your dating dynamic or in your relationship, then she will manufacture it. And that's why so many men, they end up in high drama relationships with very little bedroom fun, is because the woman is not feeling anything for him. That guy, he's just too boring, and that's why she loses attraction. She starts to resent him, and that's why she just starts random fights with you out of the blue for no reason, for just total nonsense. And she does that because she wants to feel something. Women just crave it. If you do not play with her emotions, if you do not play games with her, then she is going to manufacture it for you. And all of that will basically be your fault because you just come off boring and you commit a cardinal sin in dating, which is that you are not spiking her emotions. You are not giving her an emotional roller coaster that will make her feel something for you and what will make her want to have enthusiastic bedroom fun with you, and what will make her not need to make drama with you, what will make her not need to pick fights with you constantly over total nonsense just so she will feel something. So that brings us to the fourth way that men cause drama with women in relationships, which is that they try to control her emotions. Because sometimes a woman will be moody, or she will just not feel good for no reason. Because women, they are chaotic and they're emotional and they go up and down, and sometimes they will feel euphoric for zero reason, and the other day they feel total shit for no reason and they're angry at you and whatever. And all of that is because she's just a woman. Yeah, she cannot help it that she is emotional. That's how she was programmed, to be through evolution. And you need to be competent, and you need to understand that you cannot always control her emotions. You need to be that guy that is rock solid, that is not impacted by her emotions, and that will just let her be in an emotional state without you always feeling the need to make her feel good and to make her happy, because you cannot make a woman happy. Because women also crave those negative emotions sometimes. And that's why you just need to let them be. And you just need to just go about your day and not feel like it's your responsibility to always change her emotions. She is an adult. She's totally capable of making herself happy. Yeah, and at the end of the day, you cannot make a woman happy anyway. That's impossible for you. So that brings us to the fifth way that men cause drama in dating and relationships, which is that you filter for shitty women. And that's basically 95% of men out there, because 95% of men out there, they are thirsty beta males. They go for the first woman that touches their pee-pee. They live in scarcity, and because they live in scarcity, they only date women that are at the very bottom of the barrel. And because these women, they are at the bottom of the barrel, of course that they are going to be a headache to deal with. Of course that they are going to pick fights for you. The only way that you can date a high quality woman is if you become a player, and if you get a lot of experience in dating, and if your dating skills, they are on point. And otherwise you will end up dating shitty women, and they will cause a lot of drama with you. And all of that is because you filter for these shitty women. And also because 95% of men out there are thirsty beta males, they barely go on dates. They only then date a handful of women in their entire lifetimes. So it's impossible that you actually date someone that really has high attraction and high desire for you. The numbers just do not add up. Because in order for you to date someone that has high attraction and high desire for you, and that will climb mountains to be with you, that requires working volume. That requires going on a fuck ton of dates. That requires you to have your dating skills dialed in. Only that way you can get a relationship or a dating dynamic where there is zero drama and where you know how to navigate that dynamic. If you do not practice, if you do not go on many dates, you will end up like 95% of beta males out there that will barely go on any dates. They will sleep with 5 women in their entire lifetimes. So of course that these guys, they are not equipped to navigate a healthy dating dynamic where there is little drama. These guys, they do not have the practice, they do not have the experience. You need to be smarter than that. You need to get abundance first. Yeah, you need to always become outcome independent, and the only way that you can learn how to behave correctly in dating is if you work the numbers and you work on your skills and you go on fuck ton of dates, and then you filter for the women that really have the highest attraction, highest desire for you, and that really go the extra mile to be with you. You want to be with a woman that climbs mountains to be with you, because otherwise your dating life is going to be shit and you're going to end up in dead bedrooms and you're going to end up in a dating dynamic that is going to make you unhappy. And that's why also relationships where there is the most drama, it was always because the guy was a thirsty beta male before he got into that relationship or he started dating her. He was not a player. She knows that you are not a player, and that's why she doesn't have high attraction and high desire for you. She knows that you're very inexperienced, and that's why she looks down on you. Yeah, that's why being a player is the only way to get a relationship where there is very little drama. The way that 95% of men out there date, that causes drama. They have no experience. These guys, they don't know what they are doing in dating. And that's why they end up in dating dynamics that will make them miserable, and the woman takes half of their stuff during the divorce. So that brings us to the sixth way that men cause drama in dating and relationships, which is that you are jealous. Because the moment that you see that you're at a party with the gal that you're dating and she talks with one other guy and you immediately become possessive, yeah, you go to her and you say, no, let's go to another place, let's talk to one of your girlfriends over there, yeah, to eliminate the threat, yeah, that you're mate guarding, as they call that, yeah, that turns her off. She knows what you're doing, man. She knows that you're very insecure. She knows that you're doing this because you're afraid that you're going to cheat on her. And she knows that you're doing this because you're jealous. And you cannot do this because this turns her off. The moment that she knows that you're jealous and that you're possessive, she's just going to talk to more guys just to throw some salt in that wound, yeah? To poke at that weakness that you have. That's basically what will happen the moment that she will see that you're jealous. That's why you never can become jealous. What you should do instead is you should just talk to other women the moment that she does the same thing to you. If she talks to other guys, you start talking to other women. You do not start an argument with her. You do not try to pull her away from those guys. You do not become possessive. All of that turns her off. All of that is totally pointless. You should just be outcome independent and you should just start talking to other women, because that's the only way that you can deal with that kind of situation anyway. You can never show to a woman that it emotionally impacts you that she is talking to other guys. And this is especially stupid because 99% of men out there are thirsty beta males. The moment that she starts talking to another dude, the chances are minuscule that she talks to a player that knows what he is doing and that is attractive. But because you're insecure, you try to pull her away and you try to mate guard her and show her that you're very possessive, or lecture her about respect and that she shouldn't talk to other guys. You shouldn't do any of that. You should just let it happen. So that brings us to the seventh and the last way that men cause drama in dating and relationships, which is that you are being too available to her. You're constantly texting her, you try to spend 4 nights a week with her, and you try to be very consistent and get as much attention and affection from her as that you possibly can. So of course that at some point she will start to resent you. Her attraction will be destroyed. And that's why women eventually, they will start to pick fights with you. And because 99% of men out there are thirsty beta males, the moment that the woman starts to withdraw, or the moment that he feels that she is pulling away, he will start chasing her. He will try to do whatever he can to keep her in his orbit. He will ask her, what did I do wrong? Do you still like me? What can I do to make you feel good again? And all of that shows neediness, and all of this, very often it causes drama. Because she resents you, she regrets that she ever went out with you, she feels disgusted by you, and that's why she starts to lash out at you and she causes drama. So that's it, guys. So if you listen to this and you're frustrated with your dating life and you're looking for a solution, you want to become that guy that doesn't get drama in his relationships and in his dating dynamics, feel free to reach out to me. You can book a call with me with the link in the bio, and then we can talk about how you can get the relationship, the dating life that you have always wanted, where there is no drama.